Welcome back, everybody, into the Hanzo Genji Cup. On the left-hand side, it will be HGCEULUL. On the right is going to be Storm League Enjoyers. This is our second of three best of threes today. Thank you all for joining me for this wonderful Sunday. I appreciate it greatly, as we are going to go ahead and do some housekeeping for Dragonshire. The members of Storm League Enjoyers are going to ban out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Sky Temple. It looks like Hazuobs did win the coin flip, so he opted in for first pick priority. They will ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow. So this will be map number 1, chosen by Storm League Enjoyers. This is the standard Here's the Storm style of play, meaning there's no unique draft rules, there's no meta madness, there's no continued or held over bans, there's no tournament bans, and there is no bounty system. So I believe that covers most of what's going on. For those of you watching here on Twitch, thank you so very much for supporting and watching live. If you're watching over on YouTube, thanks for watching over there. Be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube channel. We're, I think, just around 600. I think we're just under 600 subs over there. So if you'd like to subscribe, it costs you no money, and it, helps us grow the channel. If we get 1,000 subs on YouTube, we can monetize the channel. So be sure to subscribe with all 16 of your Google accounts, because we all know that everyone has like at least 4 or 5 different Google accounts. I have 3 at least. I have 3 Google accounts. But anyways, we have Brightwing and Chromie banned away on the left-hand side. Lucio and what? I don't hate an idea of a Hanzo or Genji early on. Junkrat will be banned away. It is the Hanzo Genji Cup tournament after all. Yep. Yep. Sylvanas will be first picked on the left-hand side. We'll have a Blaze and what? Do they go like double CC early on? Like pick up a Nubarak or Diablo or Muradin? Or is this going to be a healer with it? You Google yourself? I Google myself all the time. It's healthy to Google yourself. Look it up. Blaze Uther on the right, so looking for lockdown CC. Is this main tank Uther? Feels very Uther. It feels very Uther. It feels very early to grab an Uther. We'll see Rhaegar and Johanna with the Sylvanas. I like this quite a bit so far. Probably a solo lane priority ban, like get rid of Yrel or Leoric. Dahaka's not a bad ban here either. Falstaff could be considered, maybe Tracer. There's a lot of options here to really, what do you want to get rid of? And the Dahaka ban's not a bad idea whatsoever. You gotta clean those toes? What's up, bud? Well, if they're going double healer, maybe take out, no. I was gonna say maybe prioritize a healer ban, but I think this might be a tank ban. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a Muradin target, or even Diablo. Just, those play really well off of the Uther. It's gonna be Genji instead, okay? Get rid of the mobility. Get rid of the dive into the backline. But we're gonna see here in a second what kind of direction this draft is going, because I am not sold on this being a solo Uther. I do feel like there'll be like some secondary healer, like a Karazim. Tyrande wouldn't be bad. Malfurion could be picked up. We also could be seeing things like Zarya. So it's gonna be very in charge into Uther stun with a Gul'dan big burst follow-up. I still don't hate the idea of another healer here for just hyper carry Gul'dan. I don't hate that whatsoever for Storm League Enjoyers. I think Gul'dan's damage is really, really destructive, especially level 16. I'm assuming we'll see Echoed Corruption level 1, so not Rampant Hellfire, but the Ruinous Affliction's pretty big. Rexxar, that's a little Hazuob special right there. We have not gotten to see that. And more Tassadar today. Dino trying to show up Cattle's Tassadar from earlier, maybe? Not sure. But I do like the Tassadar grab. Good wave clear, good poke. Excuse me. A little bit more control in the engagements and such. Last for the right side, I still, as I said, I wouldn't mind this being a hyper carry Gul'dan. Could pick up another healer, like that Karazim for some extra attack damage. 7-sided strike wouldn't be too bad. It's going to be solo heal Uther, the Zeratul coming through for some big burst. I mean, single target burst is really, really high. We'll see how this all works out here in map number 1 of our second best 3 of the day. Let's get going. All right, let's get into it, everybody. Map number 1 in our second best of 3 of the day. The Twitch gamble's up and available, as you can see in Twitch chat, and let's check out Dragonshire. You know, I really wouldn't mind a Colossal Smash variant. I understand you're giving up another lockdown thing, but, like, Colossal Smash would really make Zeratul Gul'dan burst ability even higher. I doubt we see it, but you know what? I'm one that can always hope. Right side, we have got Storm League Enjoyers. Aryan will be on the Zeratul Itrax variant, Rai with the Blaze, Lavkol on the Uther, and Alvarez will be playing Gul'dan. Left side is going to be HGCEULUL. Hazuab's playing Rexar, Dino on the Tassadar, Holpaka playing Sylvanas, Shadow Moon on a band mount with the Johanna. We'll have a Yasu, Rhaegar, and of course, Misha to be played by Misha. No one can control Misha.
2, 1.
Ooh, Zeratul gonna go Move Unseen, so reduce the cooldown of Permanent Cloak by 1 second, gain 30% movement speed while stealth. So pretty much Zeratul will be... This is probably the last time you'll see him mounted in the game. Maybe not last, but yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Zeratul mounted for a little bit here. It is Echo Corruption Gul'dan. This is the Might of the Banshee Queen, finally. There we go. I got the talent right. Took me 3 tries. No flare for the Rexar currently. He's going to be going into Bird of Prey, Wave of Light for the Uther, Lion's Maw Varian. Nothing crazy to note really here. Just some simple level 1s. And we still got a good amount of time on the Twitch prediction if you'd like to participate, as always. Thank you, Ash Mantle, for always getting us with the alert in chat. Banned mount. Yeah, there's a few mounts in Heroes of Storm that are banned for most competitive play. The Invisible mount that Johanna has here. This is a banned mount, the Invisible Horse. Kerrigan and Arthas Bat Mode. Those are banned mounts as well, as the model size is hard to see and land skill shots. There's banned skins as well. Cuddle Bear Stitches, because the Putrid Bile on certain tile sets is hard to see. Muradin, Mecha Muradin is a banned skin as well, because the way his Stormbolt animation is, it comes from his chest, not his arm. Kind of like when you throw a grenade in Counter-Strike 1.6. You just kind of shoot a grenade out of your chest. There's a bunch of typically banned stuff, so... At this level of play, I think a lot of the players don't care. Like, it's just one of those things that a lot of tournaments will include that banned mount. Good Forcewell here blocking the Blaze from getting back into his fort front gate safety. Variant up here as well to clear things out. Lavkol on the left-hand side. That's a nice Misha charge into bush. The timing is really good, but Dino getting low. Varian wants the kill. He won't find it. It is going to be Taunt Varian. No Colossal Smash, unfortunately. As Misha finds another charge onto Blaze, and a Psionic Storm will tickle the toes of that Terran. Still no kill. Zeratul gets a bit of harassment here. He did go into Psionic Strength, dealing damage to enemy heroes, increases all damage dealt by 6% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 30%. Lavkol with a potential channel here. Haunting Wave will be one interrupt. I wouldn't be surprised, like Totem with Lightning Shield applied could be another one. Misha trying to get the channel, or the hold over the Sunshrine in top lane. And I apologize. It looks like Gul'dan will find the kill into Johanna here early on. First blood over to the members of Storm League Enjoyers, if that sways your gamble. I was just staring at Misha in top lane. Sylvanas chilling in the bush. She's gonna get chunked a little bit here. Another mend out from Rexar. Haunting, or excuse me, that's possession from level 4. Blaze sees the Sylvanas in this top, bolstering the wave, and decides better of it to step up. Black Arrow activated by Hopaka. We've got the rotation coming up from mid. Is there a flank rotation onto Sylvanas and Rexar? Johanna is back. Charge, taunt. And a charge from Misha as well. Big damage. Good body blocks coming out from Shadow Moon. Alvera's so very low, and I don't know if they can... Yeah, that's a nice drain health right there. We currently have... Uh-oh! Varian getting dove on, and he does go down, but it is going to be the Hunger for Power, by the way. That's the reason why his health is reduced by... Or he has a minus 25 healing. Dino getting chunked a bit by the Zeratul on bottom, I do believe. So he will be forced to Hearth out. We do have that Secret in the Dark, so a bit of a different build here for our Zeratul player. Singularity Spike takes 50% longer to explode. It can be reactivated to teleport to the target, granting 30% increased attack speed for 3 seconds. Oil slick down on the ground here from Blaze, ignited as Gul'dan rushes up. Look at the left-hand side. Zeratul going to try and find a low health pool target. Actually, no, he's just going right onto Johanna. Lands that Singularity Spike. Taunt from the Varian. Shadow Moon getting body blocked. Decides to give some room for his allies to back away. Rexar will be able to Hearth out. There will be Zeratul holding the top lane. Unfortunately, Dino has bottom, so it's a trade on the 2 shrines. As we got... Whoa! That is... Those are some good odds. Thank you, chat, for participating in the gamble. That's some big channel points on the line. You love to see it, as this will be Varian holding bottom lane. Rexar, Misha, Hazuabs get the top. This Blaze is able to escape death after death, or gank after gank is a better way to put it. Good rotation, good communication, good reads. And Zeratul's sharking around over here. We're gonna get a pause. Let's go ahead and pull out of the game for competitive integrity. We'll find out what this pause is going to be in just a moment. Looks like our Gul'dan is having some lag on the NA server, so we'll go ahead and let that level out here for a moment. Alright, well, a lot of pauses today, but that's okay. That's okay. That just gives us more time to hang out together, chat. And it also gives us more time to remind you that if you have an Amazon Prime sub, you could be using that here. I'm just saying. You could be using your Prime Gaming here. You could be getting yourself the Cho'Gall Dumpy, one of the best emotes on all of Twitch. We're also 11 subs away from our goal, so if you would like to push up for that, it is super, super much appreciated. Integrity Farms. There it is. Quality emote. Very quality emote. All right, we're back into it. Oh, what the heck? I didn't redo my music. Weird. Well, Varian charges on the Shadow Moon in bottom lane. Little Condemn activated by this Johanna. Some shield glares thrown back as Zeratul getting a bit of harassing damage onto that Johanna as we're back into all of this. Might of the Nerazim, Divine Shield, Bunker. We'll probably, I think it's Charge for the Varian I think he took. And we'll have Horrify from the Gul'dan on the opposing side. Boars to be unleashed. We'll have Archon as well as a Blessed Shield and Wailing Arrow. Boars come out from the flank position. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. Uther's the one to go down here. Rhaegar jumping in, biting onto the Zeratul. Lands that Purge. That was that little lightning strike. That was that little lightning strike. And, did he go Purification? No, he didn't. Okay. Nicely done. That was a really good dive from HGCEULUL in the bottom lane. They find the double kill. No Dragonite has been grabbed by either side just yet. Wave of Light on 38 stacks for the Uther, 13 Lion's Maw stacks for the Variant out of 25, 27 on Gul'dan's Echoed Corruption, and no sub done for the Johanna just yet. Blaze able to delay things out in mid. We have a single Knight available from that Bruiser camp that was pushing in top. Siege Giants grabbed on the left-hand side. 3-2 in kills. It's a pretty close game number 1 between these two teams. Let's see, what are the standings for these teams looking like? So the top 4 teams of the 6 that... Well, the top 4 teams will qualify for the playoff bracket next weekend. Obviously, the bottom 2 teams of 6 will not be able to continue into the playoffs next weekend, so... And I do believe 1 team is already out. If you want to check out those standings, currently, you can use exclamation bracket to get yourself over to the Liquipedia. Fort is going to go... Fort front gate is taken down over here on the right side. Little possession from Sylvanas here, trying to push things up a bit more. Hopaka going for the channel on the Sunshrine. Moonshine still held by the members of Storm League Enjoyers, and 13 talent here almost here faster for the crew of HGCEULUL, but it's going to be like a quarter experience difference. Zeratul jumps into mid, and he makes quick... Well, he's going to make quick work of this wave. Blaze still playing it safe in top lane. A little bit of a turtling coming out from Storm League Enjoyers as Rexxar looks to step up. Black arrows from Sylvanas locked down the fort. Good jet propulsion from Blaze. Stim pack activated. Boar's unleashed by Rexxar. We got Dino on the left-hand side. Drops the force while slowing down Itrex and Lovecoal. Misha will be taken down here. Johanna hanging out in mid, soaking things up, as she'll be able to make it to bottom. Sunshine goes over to the side of... Oh, actually, no. She's going to be making it into this mid lane. Will be taken out here. Are all these tournaments on Liquipedia? Yeah. Who's updating them? I don't know. I honestly don't know. People who know how to update Liquipedia. But I mean, if you were to literally look up like Bahamut Gaming HOTS, like every Here's a Storm thing that I've ever casted that's on Liquipedia is like, I have like a list of like things I've casted in the past, so I mean, all the way down to, like, Tespa Collegiate Series, Psy Storm, invitational things. No. I got a Liquipedia page, but no picture. I don't know if I'm allowed to edit it or whatever, but either way. Taunt onto one target here. Yasuo getting low, and Rhaegar does go down. It's 4-4 in kills. Surprising? Why is it surprising? Liquipedia is like the place for esport updates, pretty much. I mean, StarCraft 2 Liquipedia is like crazy good. Like literally, the StarCraft Liquipedia has like a ton of. If you want to know about like any of the upcoming tournaments in the next 6 months, like that's the place to go. Bless shield from the Johanna. Zeratul finds the kill onto her. And that'll be bolstered experience over to the right-hand side. Yo, Big Scary Duck, what's up, bud? Happy Sunday to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Wailing Arrow onto the Divine Shielded Varian, and the fort does go down. Archon activated by that Tassadar as well. But 16's on the right-hand side, as we do have that Mending Strikes at level 13 for the Zeratul, but he does continue with Sentence to Death. Deal 25% increased damage to enemies while they're marked or slowed by Singularity Spike. I don't think I've ever seen this build from a Zeratul player, but it is wildly good. I mean, you got Sonic Strength for damage increase. You've got Seeker in the Dark, which gives you move speed increase, and also the more teleportation value. You will be seeing the Mending Strikes for healing, and then you also have this Sentence to Death. Wasn't there an attack speed buff as well? Didn't I see that? Movement speed, movement speed. Okay. Boar's unleashed by Rexxar. We do have Gul'dan finishing out his Echoed Corruption. Varian does go down. There's the Ruinous Affliction level 16 as well. top lane will be held for the time being. Zeratul on bottom. Hey, didn't he have an attack speed thing? Am I crazy? Boost the cooldown of permanent cloak. Damage dealt. 30% increased movement speed for 30 seconds. Zeratul takes down the Sylvanas in a blink of an eye. Huh. Okay, I'm tripping. I swear I read attack speed earlier. Totem down from Rhaegar. He replaces that as Yasuo's trying to back away. Ruinous Affliction getting so much damage onto that Rhaegar. Still no Dragonite picked up by either side in map number 1 of our second best of 3 of the day. Charge into Boars. Divine Shield on that Ghoul Dam. There's going to be a feign death from Rexxar to try and buy a window to back away, and it does work out. There's the taunt from Varian onto Shadow Moon. Misha does go down. Currently have Lion's Maw level 1 finished out by the Varian. And Sylvanas out for the next 3 seconds. She'll respawn in a moment. Varian looking for a target to maybe chase onto with some allies just below. A taunt just coming off a cooldown. Zeratul jumps in. Charge from Varian. Horrify from the Gul'dan will come out, and it does push Yasuo, the Rhaegar, away. Jet Propulsion denied by an Iron Skin from Johanna. Might have been a cleanse from the Rhaegar as well, but a double kill comes through for HGCEULUL. Zeratul on the left-hand side over here, maybe looking to jump into that back line onto Dino. Throws the Singularity Spike out, doesn't land it onto anyone, decides that he's just going to back away. They give mid lane fort. And HGCEULUL starting to ramp up in pressure as the double haunting wave from Sylvanas allows Whole Pocket to get to bottom lane. Currently have Zeratul trying to get the top channel, but Rexxar Misha are about to be here. It is contested at 50%. Oh, really? It's like a sliver to the right side. Tassadar gets this in time. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. I think boars were unleashed. Yep, there's one boar onto Lovecold. Currently have Shadow Moon throwing out the Blessed Shield. Zeratul able to get inside the bunker. Protoss using Terran buildings is insane. Dragonite, the first one of the game, almost 14 minutes in, is going to be moving on to this top lane Death Bridge. Divine Shield forced out onto Uther. And I think Dino's pretty happy with that. As mid lane, pushed up by Sylvanas, does have possession at level 4, steals a minion here. Zeratul jumps into the wave to clear things out. This Dragonite phase not finding a ton currently. It's 7-7 in kills. Another Flame Breath is thrown back onto the enemies. Well, and we're waiting for level 20, but it's going to be faster for HGCEULUL, as they've got about a level lead over the enemy squad of Storm League Enjoyers. Oh, my tea is empty. God dang it. I thought I had a little bit left. Kick on to Gul'dan. Flame Breath onto this keep front gate, and our blue squad looking to deal some good damage onto this keep. They do have the 20 talent here. Kill Command, Force Barrier, Ancestral Healing with the Farseer's Blessing, Radiating Faith, and Bolt of the Storm for Sylvanas as the bottom lane keep is locked down and taken out. Zeratul soaking up in mid, and this will be 20 talents here finally picked up on the right-hand side as well. And is this going to be that big turning moment? We do have the Twilight Falls as well for Zeratul. This is going to be the Redemption Uther Haunt for Gul'dan, which is going to be 1 second increased duration, but also minus 20 armor to the targets afflicted by Haunt's or Horrify's terror. What is the actual term for it? Fear. And Lord of the Alliance for the Varian. Banner now has increased health, regeneration, and all healing received from nearby allies increased by 50%. Uh-oh, Hazuabs gets the Feign Death in top lane in time. Force Wall from Force Wall from Taz that are coming out. We've got the Kill Command, the Blessed Shield, a charge from Misha, and it looks like Varian is not going to take down the bear. Bottom lane has a double camp pushing onto core right now, and that's going to need to be addressed here. It looks like our Zeratul will go take care of that really quickly. What a game number one. Honestly, I was kind of thinking this was going to be favoring a bit more on the HGCEULUL side, but not the case whatsoever. These players are still, I mean, really close. Structurally, not so much. Kill-wise, yeah. Experience is about a half a level difference or so. Banner used to check the bush. Force Wall from Tassadar as well. Some some Sonic Storms and a Shock Ray. Keep front gate is good. Okay, I was just looking to see, like, if a big team fight happens and it goes over the side of Storm League and Jars, like, if they get a few kills here, don't lose anyone, what's the win condition setup look like? And bottom lane still has a lot to go through. Zeratul on the left-hand side over here. He's completely invisible as he has not moved for a little bit. Banner into the bush. Second objective phase up and available. Top lane wave is pretty massive, but I feel like Storm League enjoyers, they're kind of committed to some sort of gank fight here, but I will point out that towers have true sight, so if Zeratul does move through this, he will be seen. He's obviously currently not showing on the map. Alright, so maybe looking to move over here. Sets up in the corner of the bush. Top lane wave is pretty massive still. The Keep Front Gate has gone down. Blaze is going to show over here. Zeratul still chilling, completely invisible. Well, we'll be seeing that shimmer will be seen right there. Zeratul able to blink away. Totem down from Rhaegar, trying to find Zeratul. But he's going to show in the bottom lane wave. A lot of assist pings. They want to take down the Zeratul, I think, here. Condemn from the Johanna. And the call has been made, and the kill will come through. Okay.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
So they're just looking to end now.
Red team's core is under
So they're just looking to end now. They're like, we killed the Zeratul. We're on the bottom. We're pretty much on the right side of the map. Let's just try and end right now. And we'll see if they are able to do so currently. Boars unleashed by Rexar. Catapults are here as well, but no damage onto the core. The Horrify from Gul'dan will connect onto the Johanna. The Ancestor Healing will come through in time. Shadow Moon. There was actually 2 charges of that Farseer's Blessing. And Shadow Moon still on 50% HP. The Shock Ray will tickle the heels of Uther. He does go down as that Golden Swirl for the redemption as the Black Arrows lock down mid-fort, allowing Rexar and Misha to step up a bit more. Of course, shielding dropping. Rexar pops the Feign Death for a moment. And it looks like this is not going to be an end. Dino takes a ton of damage from that Ruinous Affliction. Throws the Shock Ray out. Protection status from Shield Wall from Variant level 10, and looks like Storm League enjoyers hold strong in bottom lane. They're not going to lose anything but core shielding. Zeratul is respawn, maybe looking to try and chase down a few of the enemies right now. No Misha for 9 seconds, but this is an offset fight. And will end. All right. I think Zeratul showed for a moment through that minion wave in mid. Siege camp won't be stolen away. Gul'dan trying to push up the wave a little bit faster with some Fell Flames. Zeratul was almost in top lane as the fight continues again in bottom. Rexar unleashes the Boars with the kill command. Good kill onto Gul'dan. Zeratul, can he make the big YouTube play as that will be a charge from Misha? Aryan's like, I don't know about this, but he's going to go in on Dino. Gets a ton of damage onto Dino. Big cleaves, but it's not enough. And that'll be Varian going down. Gul'dan as well. It's an Uther Zeratul to delay out things. And I'm just looking really quickly. Uther Redemption, still 100 seconds to go. Johanna with a pretty good condemn, pulling in a few enemies. Divine Shield under the Zeratul as he tries to jump into the back line. The Ancestor Healing coming out from Rhaegar as somehow Lofcall has not gone down yet. Archon from Dino activated. As I mentioned, he did go into the Force Barrier level 20. Blaze is picked off here. Zeratul trying to find some burst potential, but it's just not working out. The core shielding dropped again, and this time it looks like HGCEULUL will be able to take map number 1. As it's still an Uther Zeratul to defend. The core defense is helping out here. The kill command getting another root. Zeratul looks to make some sort of big play onto Shadow Moon, onto Holpaka maybe. But Aryan, this Zeratul does not have a whole lot of mana or even health, and he's just going to go in again. Uther is going to be picked off. The Horrify from Gul'dan as he respawns. Stasis from Rexar saves Hazuabs for a moment, but Misha is the one to end the map number 1. Oh, my sub count's gone down. Boo, Earns. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright, I am back. Sorry for the delay. Didn't want you guys to miss any of the drafts, so I got you at least in here ahead of time. We're heading into Towers of Doom for our next map in this Best of 3 series in the Hanzo Genji Cup Round Robin round number 4. We've got Lost Vikings, Lucio on the right-hand side banned away. We'll see a target ban onto that Zeratul from the last game, as well as a Chromie ban from the side of HGCEULUL. Junkrat first pick for Towers of Doom. Excuse me. Finish that. Finish the last. Like, chug some water in the kitchen, and then that was just like, oh. Also got a little bit of a... There's a little snack in the kitchen as well. Still had some leftover bread from breakfast that I got to snack on. Anyways, we've got Blaze Brightwing on the left-hand side. We'll have Junkrat as well. What are we gonna have for Storm League Enjoyers? What do they want to pick up here? What's their main priority for this draft? I mean, Junkrat into Stitches is not bad. Pick up a Sylvanas as well early on. Okay, it's a Junkrat Dahaka Falstad. Still need a main tank. Still need a healer. Bit of a squishy... no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Not too bad of a draft so far here. Thank you, Colio. I got myself some tea. I need to run out after stream today, so no beer for me until later. No beer until later. I gotta run to the grocery store and get paper towel. I need to get buns for pulled pork later. I need to get tots or onion rings. I need to get a loaf of bread and maybe some chocolate milk. Maybe some chocolate milk. That does, someone had mentioned it earlier, and it does sound kind of good. I think it was Trainwreck. Uther banned away. Okay, so get rid of him. Blaze for the solo lane, Brightwing in there as well. I was gonna say, I wonder if we get any sort of range assassin target ban. I don't think we're gonna see a tank target ban realistically. Dun, 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 dun. So Brightwing with what? Maybe a Johanna again for the shield glare into Falstad. I feel like Falstad will be going into auto attack build. Some damage is available from that into the Blaze and whatever tank is picked up, but it's gonna be a Muradin Hanzo. Alright. So Genji will probably be the last pick on the left-hand side. I think they go Shimada Bros, because realistically this should be a healer and a main tank into the Muradin. What do they want to go into here? Johanna is up and available. I do like the idea of the Johanna with this draft. I still think Stitches could work. Malfurion Stitches. Not going to be going for the skill shots on the ping, apparently, and this will be a variant. Point and click charge into a taunt. A little more simple on the ping if that is an issue, but as I said, I'd like to see this as a last pick Genji. I think this could work out really, really good. A mage wouldn't be bad either, like Gul'dan, Jaina. All of those would be fantastic pickups here, so you can get some big burst onto the enemy, follow up that polymorph Stormbolt sort of combo that you already have with Brightwing Muradin. Wow! It's like it's my job to cast this game. Wow! Alright, which team wins Towers of Doom? HGCEULUL versus Storm League Enjoyers. 5-minute gamble, get it going. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. See who'll be able to take this. I do really like the draft of HGCEULUL. The big burst potential is the burst potential is quite high. On the opposing side, the poke is really good. Single target deletion can be high. I do like the Dahaka quite a bit for the double soak, but this could be a 2-0 series in our second best of 3 of the day. Let's get into it. Left hand side will be HGCEULUL with a Dino Jaina, Yasu on the Brightwing, Hazuab's Blaze. We'll see a whole Paka on your See Hopaka on the Hanzo and Shadow Moon Muradin. Right side of the map is going to be our Storm League Enjoyers down in this best of 3 series in the round robin phase of the Hanzo Genji Cup with a Lavkal Malfurion. Aryan is going to be on that Junkrat. Itrax playing Varian Alvarez on the Falstad. And last but not least, Rai playing Dahaka.
2, 1. Let the battle begin.
All right, new cup of tea, map number 2, best of 3 series, second one of the day. Good stuff happening here. A scatter poke early on, trying to get some early stacks for that Hanzo on a simple geometry. And they have the lingering chill for the Jaina, which increases the duration from 4 to 6 seconds. Block stacks for Shadow Moon. Tissue regeneration on the Dahaka here, so no enhanced agility. We'll be seeing Q build Falstad. It's going to be Lion's Maw for the Varian as he charges in, met by a Stormbolt of Muradin, tries to get out of that entangling, or tries to stay within the entangling roots to keep Muradin there in the little scuffle here, but none to be found. Oh, that's a really good concussion mine, but there's no way to follow up the attack onto Dino, and no kill to be found early on between either of these sides. Dahaka up in the top lane. Did he use Brush Talk to get up here? No. I didn't think so. Alright, pops a little bit of essence right now. Already has 1 stack on the tissue regeneration. Currently have 2 stacks for simple geometry Hanzo as Muradin threatens over here on the right, but the allies are realistically working on the camp on the left-hand side. Granted, that camp has gone quite quickly. Falstad is here. Hammering, thrown onto Shadow Moon. I'll Stormbolt out as well from him, but no connection. Nice scatter onto the Falstad right there. Sonic Arrow to provide vision. Poke from Falstad, picking up his 12th stack on his Gathering Storm. As the gambles continue to rise, you like to see it. Thank you, chat. Charge from Varian. Yasu displaced by a concussion mine as well as Hopaka. Fascia from Brightwing, bolstering the health of this Muradin. May have been a misclick, but either way, Dino does go down. Might have had that Fascia from Brightwing focused onto Jaina, or at least intended for Jaina, but ends up onto Muradin in the end. Regardless, first blood to the side of Storm League Enjoyers as they want to take us into a map number 3 through Towers of Doom. If I'm not mistaken, this is the map choice of HGCEULUL. Storm League Enjoyers opted in for the first pick as the losing team after our previous Dragonshire map. First objective phase will be top left and right, as always, and it will be the center of the map for the RNG. Charge. Polymorph is the answer. Taunt still available for Varian, but he can't close the distance onto Hopaka. Nicely done from Yasu with that Polymorph to create enough space for Hanzo to back away. No gank. Fascia from Brightwing is going to be the red light for this Falstad, or I guess it's the flare in the sky to say, time to retreat. It's the white flag. There you go. Jaina with 1 delay. No connection for the damage, but still forces the Malfurion to back away for a moment. Hanzo with another delay. Taunt from Varian. Shadow Moon taking a lot of damage. Muradin trying to back away. Lands a Stormbolt into Varian. Jaina drops a Blizzard to delay things out. Another scatter from Hanzo as well. 15 stacks from him. Top left and right will be traded, 36 to 36 in core HP, but it looks like this is 1 more delay from Hanzo, and that'll be the end of that. Varian charges in, concussion mine avoided by a natural agility of Hanzo, as Varian tries to pick up another Lion's Maw level 1 stack for his Lion's Fang.
The Raven Lord will not keep me from this realm.
Okay, Falstad pushes the top lane wave into the fort front gate, or at least...
Denied.
Okay, sure. I guess. Chattering Teeth will be chasing onto Hanzo here, just zoning him a little bit, but he's got Stormbow with Explosive Arrow. A little scatter off the wall over here. Taunt onto Muradin. A little Thunderclap down on the ground, but that's looking like Falstad continues to do top lane split soaking. Saber camps will be traded here between both teams. No invasion. Still a singular kill over to the right-hand side for Storm League Enjoyers. We do see the Dahaka, by the way, going into the Hero Stalker level 4, so he'll be able to pick up some extra essence from getting Dark Swarm hits onto enemies. We'll see Feeding Frenzy at level 7. get the cooldown reduction, but also the drag duration increase. Dino trying to clear out the sappers, but 2, 3 make it in. Our second objective phase will be in the top left and right, announced right now. We also have our 10 Talontiers coming through in just a moment. Charge from Varian on to Shadow Moon. Phase shift coming through as well. Currently have Chattering Teeth chasing on a Dino, but this is going to be a chase onto the Junkrat. Does he have a concussion mind to get out of here? No, he doesn't. Junkrat will be taken down by Jaina. Muradin rooted from Malfurion. That creates a little bit of a window, but Varian still goes down. Right side being channeled, left side as well. We'll see trade on tower shots. 10 Talontier faster for the left-hand side with those later game kills. And it's going to be 28-32. Technically a lead for the side of Storm League Enjoyers core-wise, but as the map starts to unfold here, and we take stock of those kills earlier on, it is going to be a faster heroic for our left side team. And it's Dragon's Arrow, Avatar, Blink Heal, Water Elemental, as well as the Bunker for Blaze. Chattering Teeth thrown out by our Junkrat here. Gus from Falstad is available. Twilight Dream from Malfurion, as well as a Shield Wall for Varian. Isolation attempted and Riptire from the Junkrat. Bottom lane Fort taking a bit more damage from the wave being pushed in. Burning gets a good Storm Bolt, forces the barrel roll out. Itrax can tank a few tower shots. Good Ham Rain thrown in there as well. And Junkrat just poking in with a few extra grenades. He did go extra wound timers at level 1 for that 100% extra damage on the final grenade launched. Blaze almost gets the top lane for it. Hazuab's able to get the jet propulsion away. Sapper camps will be traded left and right. Scatter from Hanzo's scouts. 18 stacks, by the way, for that simple geometry. A singular altar in the bottom of the map will be coming up in a moment. Let's see what happens here. You know there is a delay on a tournament, right? Dragon's Arrow onto 2, but there's too much of a distance to close, and no one able to jump in and take down the CC targets. Though I will say Hanzo finished out as level 1. Dahaka brush stocks on the left-hand side. Sonic Arrow from Hanzo, and Brightwing gets the polymorph, turning Dahaka into a crab. Currently have Avatar activated by the Muradin. Hammering poke from Falstad. Gust is still available. Top right bell tower is taken down by Hazuabs. He's basically able to split soak and global with any hero, it feels like. Sonic Arrow doesn't get the delay, but still trying to get a kill onto Muradin here, and that'll be Falstad with the last little bit of damage. 42 stacks for him. Currently have our Malfurion with the channel, and that'll be 3 shots into the core of HGCEULUL. Charge onto Hazuabs, drag, follow up. Polymorph from Brightwing allows the bunker to be summoned. The jet propulsion won't connect as the Brightwing bolsters the health of this Blaze. Saw Itrax's health bar getting a little bit low, and now Varus has a quick gust to push back the enemy. 13 Talontier advantage to the side of HGCEULUL in our second best of 3 of the day. No jet propulsion connection. Dragon's Arrow won't connect. Something, something, something. EU arrows never miss.
Now this is pod racing.
Something about that seems incorrect of a statement. 23 stacks on our Varian as he's almost done with his Lion's Maw. Phase shift from Brightwing down into bottom lane. Dino trying to get some decent damage onto the Junkrat. Shadow Moon flanks. And Blaze gets the last little bit of damage. Twilight Dream from Malfurion, but Muradin runs down. Oh, Shadow Moon's just tanking tower shots, so that way the Water Elemental is able to help out with some decent siege damage. Speaking of siege, Falstad should be able to get top lane fort in time. Next objective phase will be double altars in the center and bottom. Still will be, I'm anticipating 10 shots into the core of Storm League Enjoyers here. Alright, Falstead level 13 Flow Rider, still have cooldown reduction, more hammerings to go out so long as he doesn't take damage. Dino will scout out this boss, but I don't think there's a way for anyone to jump in on this in time, so Dino scouts it, and this is still 4 for 10. Wait. No, bottom lane won't be forced in. Alright. Well, bosses, I mean, you know, you take what you can get consolation-wise, and realistically, it still is 21 to 22 in core HP. It's still a very close game, regardless of the almost 2-level difference between these two squads. Trying to push in through bottom lane. Scatter's coming out. Dino, Water Elemental, Microed a little too deep. Varian clears that out with a quick charge. Though I will point out, Jaina's done with her Frostbite, has the improved Ice Block available. Next altar phase will be triple altar. Wouldn't be game ending. Boss, by the way, is up in 4 minutes or so. So that's going to be probably around 15 minutes in-game time. Somewhere close to that, I do believe. So another boss play could be possible here. Unless a barrage starts in a few seconds here, but you still have two forts to go through. We're still on forts, by the way, because the center teleport hasn't opened up. Dahaka with a quick grab onto this top lane camp. Blaze will be delayed out by Varian. No sappers to be fed into bottom right now. Sapper camp on the left is 58. Oh, they're actually pretty... They're almost... There's like a second difference between those two sapper camps at about 50 seconds right now. Triple altar phase, as I mentioned, coming up next. Dahaka tissue regeneration's done. He does have that primal rage, which pairs well with that level 1. Gain 1.25% increased attack damage per essence stored. So if you have a higher max amount of essence stored, you're able to get more primal rage value. But it looks like, so Yasu sets up on the left, so we'll see a 10 for 3 trade again.
Heroes, do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you.
Yes, indeed.
I am your weakest friend, and it will not be stolen from me.
Well, that is a massive difference now. 6 HP difference between these two teams. Dahaka chilling in top lane, okay. Bottom lane Sapper on the right-hand side stolen away. I wouldn't be surprised if Dino splits to the left and grabs that one as well. Or are they just going to try and feed this in through bottom? It looks like, actually, yeah. They're going to push in as 5, or at least defend this as 5. Dragon's Arrow will connect onto Malfurion this time. A gust from Falstad pushes back the enemies. Sappers are available. Junkrat poking onto that with some grenades from a distance. Bottom lane Bell Tower will get grabbed this here as well. And we're now on keep values. The center teleport's open, and if we take a look at our towers here, they'll be labeled as keeps. Health, damage, and experience, I believe, all are buffed up right there.
The tower has been lost.
And we'll see if HGCEULUL. So what's their game plan? They're going to try and take mid, which will force the enemy to rotate eventually, which will eventually force the rotation to clear that out, and then they can grab bottom. But speaking of bottom, left-hand side will go down. So mid traded for the bottom. And we'll have our singular altar popping up here. Still 1:30 on that boss respawn timer. Dwarf toss out from Murden, throws the Stormbolt back, trying to connect that onto Varian. Blaze pushes up that wave in mid, and we'll confirm the fort here. Twin Flames just make that a little bit faster. Is there a Sapper camp in bottom? Sorry, I thought I saw Falstead pushing things up a little bit there, but no. No Sapper camp to be grabbed. Varian's done with his level 1. Dahaka pops a whole lot of essence right there as he was being bursted by Jaina. Water Elemental will be cleared out. We do have the Numbing Blast for Jaina, so that's a 1-second route. On that Cone of Cold, as Dahaka lands a drag onto her with the elongated tongue. Improved Ice Block will go out. Isolation not connecting, but Junkrat still gets the kill. We have Junkrat going down. Gust from Falstad. And meanwhile, Hanzo is going to try and chase down this Dahaka, who doesn't land the drag. Over down here in bottom lane, Itrax will fall. And Hanzo is able to run down Dahaka. It's going to be a quadra kill in favor for the side of HGCEULUL, and they fire 4 more shots into the enemy core and will take back their bell tower. Blaze soaks up the mid lane experience, forces Falstead back as well, making sure that they don't lose this bell tower. Boss is up in 22 seconds, as I mentioned. That could put the enemy team on a game-losing bell tower phase up next. But, of course, the main priority is get this bottom left bell tower back in control. Brightwing zoning for the Falstad. We have Blaze going to grab a camp for the bottom lane here as well. Double objective phase coming up next. That laugh means the boss is here. It's a global announcement. It's level 20 as well. Fortified Bunker, Winter Mute, Invisible Friends, Rewind, and Bullseye. Polymorph into Stormbolt. Alvarez able to get a bolt. Oh, he's able to get a barrel roll out. I thought the Dragon's Arrow was going to find its way into Falstad, but a few allies eat those shots. And Blaze, he's setting up for this camp on the left to get a respawn, or to grab this off a respawn. Good job, Hazuobs. Still a level and some change to go for Storm League enjoyers, as top lane Sapper camp will be grabbed as well. It is map painted blue, dang near, for the side of HGCEULUL. The boss is still up and available. Massive wave in top, by the way. Brightwing defending mid, but some decent poke onto this bell tower will regain control to the side of Storm League enjoyers. But man, Dino is making quick work of this top bell tower. Minion wave is here. Hazuob's joining in as well. Falstad clears out the minion wave. The Jet Propulsion connects, but the Gust pushes back the enemy. The Blizzard down from Jaina almost takes out that Junkrat, but he will be able to get the concussion mine out in time. All right. Both bell towers are needed. One bell tower plus boss. Dino setting up for the channel immediately. Concussion mine pushes Blaze into the top lane. So he also will be asleep for a moment there. Dahaka flanks on the left-hand side. Riptire from Junkrat coming through as the Dragon's Arrow Bullseye will connect onto Alvarez here. Bunker from Blaze has been summoned. Little poke out from the hammering of Falstad. Good scatter off the wall from Hopaka. No channel on the left-hand side just yet. It looks like Hopaka will sneak and grab that. Meanwhile, the allies will continue to delay things out around this right side objective. Taunt from Varian, Dragon from Dahaka, Soothing Mist activated by the Brightwing, as now Hanzo is here. Lands the bullseye onto Varian. Great scatter with the Giant Slayer. Varian shield walls. Hopaka still chasing in. One more auto is needed. Gets the scatter. Wind Tunnel into the corridor here, which is really good for Junkrat. They're cleaning up a lot of this fight. Hanzo going to try and help out as it's a 2-for-2 trade. That wind tunnel was humongous as Hopaka gets the natural agility over the wall, but he's going to try and get away from Falstad, who takes him down. And it won't be a game-winning objective phase here for the members of HGCEULUL. They will take 3 shots of damage, and they may lose Hazuobs here. Yasu gets the blink target in time. You saw Hazuobs doubling back for a moment there. And with 3 still available and around in top lane, this is going to be 3 shots plus the boss, so 7 goes into the core. It's going to be 11-3 game. Okay. So, top right bell tower will be regained over to the side of Storm League enjoyers. We got 87 stacks on our Falstad currently. By the way, Banner of Stormwind at Varian. We didn't talk about this at all, but we have a 25% movement speed to nearby allies in the last 12 seconds. Banner thrown into the bush. It is the Glory to the Alliance level 20. We got the Astral Communion, Wind Tunnel, Contagion, and Cannonball for the Junkrat. Top right bell tower regained over to the side of Storm League enjoyers. Falstad will clear out those sappers easily before they get over the wall. No damage onto the core. Oh boy! HGCEULUL have to literally just win 1 objective phase to take this map number 2, and that'll be their final map in the round robin phase for Hanzo Genji Cup. Oil Slick in the bush ignited. You got a steel trap there as well. I guess there's the steel trap is discovered there. Excuse me.
The altars have risen.
Hazuob's looking for the channel. Delayed once by Itrax. Drag from Dahaka is met by a Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo. Stormbolt from Murden activates the rewind. Concussion Mine splits him. Great wind tunnel into the wall over here on the left-hand side of our engagement as the Riptire does take down Brightwing and Hanzo. Dino goes down as well. What in the what? 3 minutes and 13 seconds on boss. Muriden's gonna start hammering through mid lane. Bottom left will be traded. Dahaka's on his way for mid, I think. So 5 shots go in. Wow, that wind tunnel was insane. That wind tunnel up against this wall right here, so very well done. So they're gonna try and grab mid. It's not gonna work out. Falstead is not going for the channel just yet. He's gonna tap well and then go for the channel, but I mean, I don't know if they get mid here as well without Falstead. This is a little, okay, they're going for it. I mean, death timers are still up there. 17 to 20 seconds, anywhere between that for these 3 heroes dead. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Yo, will Storm League Enjoyers take us to a map 3? So the wind tunnels, just Susborn, the wind tunnels have been so good. 6 shots rain into the core. It's 5-3, everybody. They could get top left bell tower, but they still have a gate to go through, and it looks like Falstad will stick around down here. Clearing out the minion wave. Dahaka floating around. Let's see, he's gonna make his way up to top probably. Mid bell tower is gonna be completely taken down here before anything can happen. Actually, some sappers to be grabbed for bottom. I think they have enough range clear, so this shouldn't be... I don't expect sappers to... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Falstad has wind tunnel. Wind tunnel the enemy's back and pushing the sappers. Maybe. How is the timing on all this? Will the sappers meet? They're gonna be a little different. Like a 2-second difference in the lane. How long is a wind tunnel? 4 seconds. A wind tunnel up against the wall over here would be humongous. There's going to be a decent amount of damage on the Dahaka. He pops Essence, tunneling, burrows under the ground. A lot of sappers are here in bottom, but a lot have been already cleared out. There's the wind tunnel from Falstad. Jaina's split from the team, and she goes down. One sapper makes it over. Double objective phase coming up next. Yo, if Storm League Enjoyers take us to a map 3, that'll be insanity to me. I mean, I want a map 3. I want all the HOTS available. Steel Trap. Blaze goes in with a Jet Propulsion. Verdant Dwarf tossing in. Bunker summoned by Blaze. Phase Shift from Brightwing goes through as well. A very low Dahaka is able to burrow. He gets a lot of Essence. Double objective phase. Malfurion's going for the channel. Malfurion, is there a wind tunnel? Not for 12 seconds. They just have to delay out Yasuo. Oh, the shots! The shots come through! We're going to a map number 3, everybody. Let's go. What a game. You love to see another map 3. GG's indeed. All right, well, while we get ready for map number 3, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. It doesn't cost you any money. You get another stream in your bag of streamers to... Welcome back, everybody, into the Hanzo Genji Cup. On the left-hand side, we've got HGCEULUL. On the right, it's going to be Storm League Enjoyers. This is map number 3 in this best-of-3 series. And I believe the winner of the series will punch their ticket into the playoffs. Loser will not be going to the playoffs next weekend. So this is a very, important map number 3. And that is why Cho'Gall is the best option for a map number 3. I mean, am I wrong? I'm very correct that Cho'Gall is the best option for a map number 3. So Infernal Shrines, we'll have our Lucio banned away immediately. Maybe a... Oh, Maiev, actually. I was going to say, maybe a Falstad ban early on. Like, that Falstad play was so key and critical. Falstad was, I would say, the reason that they won that. Who's punching who? What? Punching a ticket. Like, you know, punching a ticket. Like on a train. You know that thing that they used to do? Nowadays, it's all digital and scanning. Sylvanas will be banned away. Brightwing's still up and available. I don't know if HGCEULUL want to ban that away. I will point out that the squad, the crew on the left-hand side, they chose map pick priority as the losing team from Towers of Doom. So this does give first pick over to the side of Storm League enjoyers. And will they go into an early Brightwing? Will this be a very early Brightwing for our right side squad? I really like the Malfurion play from last game. It's going to be Junkrat. Okay. The poke is really good around the shrines. Yeah, they just scan your phone. I know, right? Well, I mean, like, whenever I fly with, like, air travel and stuff like that, I always get a printout ticket. I don't like doing the scan thing on my phone. I don't know why. I like having a physical ticket whenever I go on my whenever I go flying. But I remember, like, in Germany, when I was in Germany last year for Nations Cup, there was the ticket system for, like, Berlin. Like, you bought, like, one big train pass for all the trains. And it was so funny. It was so funny because literally it was like 5 days of the 7 or 8 I was there. I was, like, talking to Legacy, and I was like, dude, I've been on the train a bunch for the last 5 days, and I've never had a single person, like, scan my ticket. And I was like, man, I probably shouldn't have spent the money on this anyways. And then he was telling me that actually someone at Nations Cup didn't have, like, the full pass and was on one of the trains and got, like, dinged for, like, it was like a $75 ticket. But either way, literally as I was saying that, 2 of the dudes who scan your phone walked on the train at that exact moment. I was like, all right, the universe is telling me to shut up. We have Junkrat Dahaka Falstad for the right side. And so, yeah, this is actually the exact same draft opening from the previous map. And now we're getting into where we were before. Being bad at jobs is what Americans do best. What? That's just low fruit right there. America bad. Zeratul will be banned away. Diablo as well. Come on, you gotta reach a little higher than that. Gul'dan Johanna on the left-hand side. Alright, I do like the wave clear is really strong. Shrine clear is great as well. And it does kind of just leave this last pick flex open. I would like some sort of sustain damage. Cassia wouldn't be bad, actually, for HGCEULUL. Tracer could be a possibility as well for Dino. Literally the exact same draft. Literally the exact same draft. All right, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't change it. Storm League enjoyers will have the exact same draft, exact same pick order as Towers of Doom. But hey, as I said, if they can take this map here, if they can take this series, that'll be huge for them. We'll be making their way into the playoffs next weekend if my understanding of the standings is correct. Last pick, what do they want to do here? Is it going to be a Tracer? Is it going to be some sort of Hanzo maybe? It's going to be Genji. Okay, all right. Pulling out the Genji here. Good mobility. Let's get into it, chat. We're ready to go. Map number 2, 3. All right, there we go. Gamble's up and available. Gamble is ready to go. I just realized that it's Sunday and tomorrow there's no Baja stream, so I gotta look for a movie maybe to watch. I need to do the same thing. I gotta do the same thing. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be watching or what I'm gonna be doing in my day and a half off. All I know is after stream, I gotta run to the grocery store, and then I'm pretty much set. Maybe the beach. Definitely another walk with Bandit, though. That one's a guarantee in the mix. But here we go. Third map in our second best of 3. We still have one more best of 3 after this, by the way, chat. We still have another best of 3. Hazuab's playing Blaze, Shadow Moon on your Johanna, Yasu Brightwing, Hopaka Gul'dan, and Dino with the Genji. Hazuabs will be playing Blaze for the side of HGCEULUL here in map number 3 in our second best of 3 of the day. We still have another best of 3 coming up with Opium Incoming versus Squeal Team 6. Dino Genji, Shadow Moon with your Johanna. Yasu Brightwing, Holpaka, Gul'dan, and Hazuabs Blaze. Right side of the map is going to be Storm League Enjoyers, Alvarez on the Falstad, Rai playing Dahaka. Itrax will be your Varian. Aryan is on that Junkrat, and Lavko playing the Malfurion. Okay. Not only is it the exact same draft, it's the exact same level 1s. No enhanced agility for Dahaka. Gul'dan's holding level 1. What are we going to see here? Good drag onto Hazuabs into the tower shots, and he is saved. No! Not saved. And, okay. As I said, if Storm League Enjoyers win this series, I believe that's a pretty big upset, and HGCEULUL won't be playing next weekend. I believe if my bracket standings and such math is correct, which we know is never wrong, I believe this is a big possibility for Storm League Enjoyers. I can't blame them for going for the exact same draft. I mean, it works on this map as well. Q build for that Falstad, throwing some hammerings in. He had like 87, somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, by the way, Colio, when was the last time you watched Shaun of the Dead? Or what's the name? What's the other one? There's World's End and Hot Fuzz. When was the last time you watched any of those? Because those are always a good rewatch if it's been like a year or so. I kind of want to rewatch World's End. I really love that movie. That's the one where they go to their old city and they do like the Golden Mile. Which, back in Metro Detroit, a buddy of mine planned out a Golden Mile, 8 different bars, 8 beers, and it was in Royal Oak, and that was, oh my god, that was such a fun night. Oh my god. I wouldn't mind trying to do something like that up here, but it's California and things are very expensive. Alright, well, Dahaka goes into top lane. Currently have our Mortar Punisher on the way here in about 45 seconds. Gul'dan going into Drain build. He's got that Chaotic Energy level 1 as well as the Health Funnel level 4. And as I mentioned earlier, that singular kill onto Hazuabs early on as Dahaka Rai landed a beautiful drag. Currently have Shadow Moon taunted in mid really quickly. Yesterday I remembered about Shaun of the Dead, so I guess it's time to watch it. Oh, dude, Shaun of the Dead's such a good one. One of like the more modern zombie movies that isn't just the same sort of zombie generic plot. I mean, there's like uniqueness with a lot of zombie movies, but they all kind of feel redundant. That's why like things like 28 Days Later is so good, because you have like the rage zombies instead of the lumbering slow. Like, I don't know, it's the rage infection, however you want to call it. Condemn from Johanna. There's going to be Jet Propulsion from Blaze not finding the stun. Dino with a few Shuriken stacks already on that level 4. We do have this first Punisher looking pretty good at the side of HGCEULUL. Varian charges onto Hazuab, says hello. Concussion Mine zoning the enemies on the left-hand side over here, so there's going to be a re-engage through this corridor, or this bush. Fog grate, if you will. Sorry. 7 Talentiers here faster for our left side squad. As my throat just got insanely dry. Phase shift charged in by, Genji's going to break away to the right-hand side, but Varian keeps chasing onto him. A lot of good Skeletal Defender pickup on the left-hand side for HGCEULUL, so this will be Mortar Punisher over to the side of our blue squad. And I think our Falstad's going to head to bottom lane to continue soaking up. God dang.
Blue team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
Punisher jumps over onto Itrax. Mortar Punisher getting decent damage here. Little Johanna step up with that Iron Skin active. And The fort front gate will go down. Falstead pushing things out in bottom lane. 1 regeneration global wave from Hopaka finishing his level 1. He'll get that off of this minion wave down over here. Little poke from Falstead. 26 stacks as that chaotic energy is done, which means basic ability mana costs are permanently reduced by 20. Our camps will be traded here on the left and the right side. Dino Swift striking off to the left. Harassing a little bit. 35 Shuriken Mastery stacks for him. Ryan top lane. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers for these two teams. As 10s will be up at the top of your screen in just a moment. So camp, Impaler, camp grab for bottom. Second punish will be Arcane in the top lane. Probably somewhere around 7-8 minutes in-game time. Charge, taunt, concussion mine. Junkrat should be fine as he is caught by a steel trap as well. But Genji, excuse me, is going to be able to swift strike away. Good damage from Junkrat and comboing. And Dino having the Hearth out for full HP. Little bit of an experience advantage from rotations and such, as well as that early lane siege into mid. As Falstad gets a nice hammering. We do have Bunker, Blink Heal, Horrify, X-Strike, and Bless Shield. On the opposing side, we'll see that pop up in just a second. Dino trying to jump into Alvarez here. Oh, a little bit of lag on my end here. Sorry about that, chat. Not sure where that's coming from, but either way, Chattering Teeth. Genji just eats that really quickly. Oh, we're gonna see our Tranquility, Gust, Isolation, Shield Wall, and Junkrat Riptire. And Blaze just checking the bush with a little oil slick right there. Shadow Moon gonna step in. Mid lane wave is cleared, and right now, Storm League Enjoyers just playing this slow and safe. Fallen Shaman up in 15 on the right. Left side just about to respawn. Gul'dan chilling in bottom, a minute 30 on that camp as he will show in bottom lane. But no call to action from the side of Storm League Enjoyers, seeing that Gul'dan split from his team. No rotation into him, no team fight to be started out. Dahaka's actually going to meander his way down to bottom. 6 stacks on his Tissue Regeneration level 1. Did go into the Hero Stalker as well as that Feeding Frenzy upgrades. Right wing holding the camp on the left-hand side. Falstad grabbing this wave. Looks like there's going to be a rotation over to the right side camp as well. Nope. Wait a second. Genji scouts, but he swift strikes away. Some shurikens into the bush just to see, but Itrax is just above. And if you're wondering, Dahaka is showing in bottom lane, but he's got Brushstock available. Level 13 almost here on both sides. We're 7.5 minutes into the map, and this objective phase starting out pretty good for the side of HGCEULUL. Varus throws a hammering into the bush to check where Genji is. Dahaka still pushing in bottom lane. Blaze is getting a lot of these skeletal defenders. Concussion Mines pushes Shadow Moon away. Taunt from Varian onto Genji. Dino's able to deflect afterwards. There was a root from Malfurion. Falstad and Dahaka looking for the consolation here, so they're not going to go for this Arcane Punisher. They're just going to look to push up bottom lane. Dahaka using that drag for also damage onto structures because Feeding Frenzy is going to give him, he's going to get cooldown reduction on that drag from the Feeding Frenzy. And honestly, drag has decent damage on it. Phase shift onto Dino. Polymorph as well. The floating pig of Alvarez as a lot of shurikens go into the Falstad, and Gust will be forced away. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a little bit of a scuffle, but it's 39, and it's actually, there's the 40 skeletal defenders. Level 13 here on both sides. 29 stacks for our Falstad, as Dahaka was still pushing things up in bottom. Alvarez is able to fly into mid to soak things up here as well. Tranquility activated by our Malfurion. Shield Wall from the Varian as well. He gets a well tap, and this will be Mortar Punisher, or Arcane Punisher, still very healthy. Dahaka split soaking in bottom. That's a jump onto Varian. Concussion Mine blasts one of the enemies away, but HGCEULUL find their first kill of the game. Shadow Moon very low. Phase shift from Brightwing bolsters the health, as well as that will be a peekaboo for Brightwing. We also will be seeing Varian with Shattering Throw level 13. Falstad's got his 30-plus stacks on Gathering Storm, so he'll be able to get some extra damage jump on that. But the first full structure has fallen. Rai is able to get this bottom lane fort during the split siege. Genji, with the Shuriken Mastery, is going to get a ton of damage into Dahaka. Forces the Essence to be popped. He taps the bush. Is he going to look for a drag into Dino? He goes for it. A little late right there. Mid fort does go down, and all in all, it's really, really good for HGCEULUL on map number 3 in our second best of 3 of the day. Wow. It's been, oh my god, well, we've had a lot of pauses, but 3-hour stream, not too bad. Did Hopium already play Squeal Team 6? Well, the schedule says that it's next, and so it wouldn't be possible. It would not be possible, my friend. Okay. So minion wave pushed into the bottom lane fort front gate. Our third Punisher will be a frozen in said bottom lane. Varian being harassed a bit by the Johanna. Brightwing trying to poke into this fort front gate as well, and a lot of good damage already coming through. No sub done. Stackage feels a little low for our Falstad. We do have the Lion's Maw and Tissue Regeneration done. 16s are here for the left side squad. They have had more camps grabbed as well as more structures taken down. Little close to half a level for that 16 talents here on the right. Falstad Dahaka soaking out top and mid. I think Falstad, Falstad hasn't shown yet. But I feel like once he does, there's going to be more pressure into bottom lane. Genji actually will show up in mid. Grab a little bit of experience, but there's Falstad showing in top on the minion wave. Doesn't look like there's going to be any step up into the bottom lane fort. Falstad, he's going to fly on out of top. No Shurikens landing onto him, making his way into mid. Bottom fort still safe for the time being. 16 talent here. Do have those endless nades for the Junkrat as well as the Ares Gust and Flow Rider combo for Falstad. Elongated tongue on that Dahaka. Varian holding. What kind of banner does he want here? We also will be seeing the Darkness Within for Gul'dan. Malfurion with the Moonlit Harmony. And Fallen Shaman grab for top. Dino chilling against the sidewall out of vision, actually, so you can see right there. Jet Propulsion says hello to Varian. Chattering Teeth. What did we got? Gotta trap them all. Yeah. Gul'dan throws in a Corruption. Falstad barrel rolling around. Throws in a Hammering. Objective phase starting out pretty strong for HGCEULUL as Storm League enjoyers have the Haka brush talking in. The Gul'dan Horrify comes through. Varian a little bit low. The Riptide from Junkrat takes down Genji. And that's a really big moment as the isolation did connect. Hopaka trying to get away over here, but there's no fort as Dahaka got that earlier. He's going to look for a drag, lands on Hazuabs. The hammering comes through, the steel trap's there. The root from Malfurion and Hazuabs will get bopped as well. A nice double kill for the side of Storm League enjoyers as the Fallen Shaman in top lane is going to get about 50% of this fort. Actually, maybe less than that. Condemned from Johannes here. Got Gul'dan already, and it's almost 50% of the fort, but well done, good clear, and this will be Frozen Punisher, arguably the best Punisher on the map, going over to the side of Storm League enjoyers. As I am out of tea once again, I gotta go get some water. Still got a whole nother best of 3 series ahead of us, chat. So, camps grabbed, 38 Skeletal Defenders here. Dahaka chilling in the bush. He's gonna start hearthing out. I think he's going to go deal with the top lane wave. Checking really quickly to see a few seconds on Brushstock available. He actually cancels that Hearth. Impaler Cramp grabbed for bottom lane. This should be cleared out, but this is still good experience coming through for the side of Storm League enjoyers as this camp also will be grabbed from mid. Genji Brightwing in the top lane. Can they take down Alvarez? He's got Gust available. Polymorph. There's the Gust. Swift Strike. No. Okay, so Alvarez is forced to use Gust. 60-second cooldown, not the worst. Blaze clearing mid. Sidewall taken down to play off the Punisher jump. Keep front gate is being worked on here. Frozen Punisher getting great value so far. Impaler Camp amplifying the siege. Falstead's joined in at the bottom lane. Storm League Enjoyers knocking on a keep right now. Dahaka may be going for a drag soon. That's going to be a Jet Propulsion to start things out. Gul'dan throws in some damage. A drag attempted. Soothing Miss activated by Brightwing. Currently looks like we have a few of our Storm League Enjoyers backing away. Junkrat throwing in more frag launcher grenades. And Falstad doing the same thing with those hammerings. Keep will be locked down for a few seconds here, or for a few moments. The keep will be not taken down. The catapult is going to be taken. Oh, well, they get the keep here. Varian charges in, taunts onto Shadow Moon. Horrified, but that's a good drag into Bunker. Riptire from Junkrat waiting outside. Gets the explosion to Shadow Moon, who actually will drop a Blessed Shield to the face of the enemies. X-Strike from Genji trying to get some sort of kill. Shadow Moon getting a phase shift from Brightwing, and this is getting a little awkward right now. The drag does connect onto Dino. The hammering's coming out from Falstad, but it's not enough. The retreat pings are called, and that is no kills, but I will say the keep going down is a pretty big deal for the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Next Punisher, Arcane in the top lane, should be around 15, 16, near 17 minutes in game time, I would say. Storm League Enjoyers with a win condition through bottom lane. If they take a good fight over in the mid or lower side of this map, granted, 20 talents here on the horizon for both sides could be a big deal. Radiating Faith is huge. You've got the Living Weapon. Haunt from Gul'dan potentially. Might actually see Demonic Circle. We see Demonic Circle here and there for that panic button escape. Speaking of panic buttons, we also will see Fortified Bunker and Invisible Friends. Isolation, Contagion upgrade, Wind Tunnel, Falstad upgrade. So you go from you get the 4-second Wind Tunnel. Oh, fight in bottom lane. This could be the big moment that they need on the side of Storm League Enjoys. Falstad flies in. He gets the Wind Tunnel against the wall into Shadow Moon. Getting the drag. The Horrify from Gul'dan. There's going to be a phase shift from Brightwing. Blessed Shield from the Johanna with the Radiating Faith. X-Strike from Genji. Living Weapon. 7-second cooldown. Taunt from Varian onto Shadow Moon, who's just running to the right to try and create some space for his allies to back away. But that's a good kill. Rai taps the bush, getting the speed boost. Looking for Holpaka. Should have the drag available. Falstad and friends will close the distance. The drag does connect the Jet Propulsion from Blaze, but that is still going to be a kill onto Gul'dan. We have Rai popping Essence and able to burrow for a moment. There's a taunt from Varian onto Hazuabs. He's trying to back away. Is there a drag from Dahaka? Hammering goes out. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. They're going to reinitiate onto this Varian, but a drag does connect, and that's a hammering to take down the Genji. It's a lone Blaze and Brightwing to defend, and Storm League Enjoyers may have just reverse sweeped HGCEULUL, one of the teams expected to make it to the playoffs next weekend. And I do believe with this victory, if the standings are correct, one of the admins might have to correct me, but I believe Storm League Enjoyers just shut down HGCEULUL from going to the playoffs. Core shielding's dropped. The Wind Tunnel's going to push Hazuabs and Yasu away. The Blink heal in, and this is looking like a promising end for the crew of Storm League Enjoyers. What an absolute amazing turn of tables through Towers of Doom, fighting with such low HP to take us to a map number 3 and have a dominant 6-2 game. What's up, Alex? Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all doing well. We still got another best of 3 on the way. And if you're having a good time, be sure to drop a follow. If you'd like to support further, it's much appreciated. We are fairly far down in our sub goals, so if you'd like to push up for that, it is much appreciated. Every little bit helps us full-time stream and continues to bring you all wonderful, fun games of Heroes of Storm and other great streams, so consider subscribing if you can. And if you already subscribed and you'd like to gift a sub for the Baja Ross raffle, that is always much appreciated. But we're going to go ahead and get set up for our third best of 3 of the day, coming at you in a few moments.